just wanna be her, from your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set 180! 180!
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. He'll have a first down past the 40. There goes Melvin Gordon past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's see what you got. All right. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, alert. Alert. All right.
Now Drake. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Well, Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts. But now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground. On 3rd and 1, Rosen. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now Benjamin. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Rivers on 3rd and 2. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Now Gordon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine said way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Throwing Rivers. This will be caught inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Running from the shotgun with Dre. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A good pickup there, a 22.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go.
What do you got? Check. Crunch. 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 You go tight. You got tight. Name on that. You got tight right there.
And now it's Rosen looking. The quick slant caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and pound it in with Drake. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Check, check. Fresno. Check.
Here's a run with Balazs. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Balazs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back with it, a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Rivers now. Benjamin with it over the middle. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Tighten up. Check. check. Kill.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Sponge. No. Kill. 49, check 49. Switch.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
We want it. Come to my world. Undercrush. 80. Check. Joker.
Now Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check. Slams. Hey, quarter. Check 9. 25.
Here's Rosen. He'll set up the screen to Drake. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Rosen will throw, and the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A toss play, Gordon, and an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Switch.
Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Christian Wilkins in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And he's going to go down again. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Running, it's Drake. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
I got it. Check 13. Check 13. Deuce, deuce, go. Deuce, deuce. What do you got?
To throw is Rosen. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check your hot read.
They'll run with Drake. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 45-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Right back to Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Rosen to throw. Going deep here for Parker. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. This is Gordon. Calling a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Come on. Time right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Drake. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Man, I got you. Check. Lucky. Out. Hurry.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Monday. Check safety. Shift.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jerry Tillery in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hatchet. Safe.
Now it's Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Drake. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Open man, it's Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Drake. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Switch it.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 99. Check 99. Back. Okay. Shit. 80. SOS. Alert. Slip. Check 15. Check 15.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Counter play, Drake. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
What we got? Run that. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's what I do. Check nickel.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, guys, I got 15. 15's mine. I'm taking it. I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I'm going to run you over.
Now a handoff for Drake. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Alert flare. Shift. Wide, get wide. Let's go. Tackle.
On third down, Rosen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season.
A 47-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
At the 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He's going to let this go deep, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Double time. 4 down. Check. Hey, right 52.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Middle. Bang. Switch.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 26. Alert. Check 3.
2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Double time. Hey. 4 down. Watch twins. 30
They'll run here with Balaj. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Shit.
Balaj. Now he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 4 down.
Throwing now is Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And able to find Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He's back to throw. And caught right side, Green. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. Back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Miami, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,